really love the show, and yet every time I watch the program, I think, how did this show get made?
Me too.
It's such a strange idea where the main character is a serial killer and you root for him. You know?
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's like it's like a challenge. They say to the writers, come up with a show where you root for the serial killer. And they did, and it's fantastic, and it works.
I never thought that it would go. When we were doing the pilot, I thought I was just gonna like save the money and move on to the next thing, because I couldn't imagine a network that would champion a serial killer, let alone like audiences that would root for him. So
you can tell in the pilot that you don't think it's gonna go. You roll your eyes a lot.
Yeah.
You're like, you actually do this a lot in the pilot. Let's move it along, because this is not going. Your character, Deb, drops more F-bombs than any character on television.
No competition.
Yeah. My question is, because it's such a smart show, cast is so great, so well done, a lot of these shows move on to another life after they've been on Showtime or on HBO, and how are they going to do that with this show?
Right. Because
in every scene, you come running in with the F-bomb.
Yeah. Well, they've thought about this, and I do ADR, you know, you do additional recording where I cover up the bad words just in case it ever ended up on regular TV.
On Nickelodeon.
Yeah, so instead of...
It's gonna be on Nickelodeon, I read it in the trades today, yeah.
So,
someone killed SpongeBob.
So instead of saying like, hey, you douche, I'll say like, hey, you peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Like, what are you doing here?
I know.
So, I'm really in a bad mouth today.
But,
so, sorry.
But that never, like, I don't know if you've all seen, like, when The Sopranos is on now, and they've changed the words around, and it's like, oh, you bologna sandwich, you. Like, it's not the same.
Yeah.
You get very intense and strange fan mail. Describe, what's one of the stranger things you've gotten in the mail?
A sailor that was in the Navy sent 2 enormous and very sharp knives to my house. How he got my address, I'll never know. He sent red Sharpies for me to sign. And I thought about it for a while, and then I thought, 1, it's inappropriate that he came over uninvited. And 2, I don't want to put them back in the mail. So I wrote him a note thanking him for his service, and I kept the knives, and I used them on the regular.
Use them how?
No, come on.
I've left a trail of murder.
I don't take my work home with me.
No, but that's weird, too. He wasn't irritated that he didn't get it. But it's strange.
I don't know what his feelings were about.
Yeah, people come up with odd things for you to sign. You know, that's routine. But no, I've never heard of, no one's ever sent me giant knives. I would find that a little disturbing.
Michael has had people come up and ask to have their picture taken with like a knife at their throat or like a syringe on their throat. So that's interesting.
Yeah, our audience is just like, yes.
What's wrong with that?
We would do that if we saw him as well. What's your point? You tweeted a picture the other day, and it's you running with a parachute behind you, and I believe that's New York City. What's going on here? Why are you running with a parachute?
I'm on vacation. I wanted to, everything that interests me right now, I'm trying to take classes in. So I wanted to learn to box, and my boxing coach knows that I'm a runner, so he wants me to run properly before I start really boxing. So that's part of it. It slows me down so he can see my form. It hurts so
No, wait a minute.
bad.
It doesn't seem right. Can't he just videotape you
does
running
videotape
and then slow that down?
Well, he does both.
I think he's playing a practical joke on you.
Yeah, and getting paid for it.
Wear this parachute. It helps with my process. So talk about the boxing. Why are you interested in boxing?
I don't know. A friend of mine was at a dinner party, and she was talking about how she'd been a boxer for 8 years, and I thought, that sounds painful. I would like to try it. So she gave me her coach's number, and it is so much fun. My only problem is I forget that the other person can hit you back. So I just throw punches, and then I forget that there's going to be gloves coming in my...
Now, does your trainer really hit you back? I mean, you're an actress.
Technically, no, he hasn't hit me yet. But we're supposed to go into the ring on Friday, which is my birthday. So that's how I'm spending my birthday. I'm going to let this guy, who's enormous, knock me around in a ring. I should talk to somebody about it.
You should get a psychiatrist quickly.
Yeah.
It's my birthday. I want a man to beat me.